We're back with our guest, Miss Emily Oakley. This is part 2. Miss Emily, take it away.
Okay.
I got to set the facts straight with this whole youth pastor thing y'all had going on a while ago. I may have heard about what y'all was discussing. No, I'm not going to be complimenting or telling anybody that they look better, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
I'm just glad I'm just glad they're here on a Wednesday. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that for me.
Oh, no one was judging you.
But I don't know. I'm assuming that they're probably exactly.
I judge him.
Sure. He's been trying to get me fired for at least a year
and
now.
not doing a good. I feel like I have plenty of evidence where you should have been going, and they just keep letting you hang around.
The glove still doesn't fit.
I disagree. It's just we don't care that it fits.
It's just whatever. Sorry, Emily. Go ahead.
Pastor Justin, they love you. So anyway,
He's loud.
He's loud. Pastor Justin, the loud man.
That loud fella.
That loud fella.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. This is going to be a fun new dynamic with Devin back from wherever he snapped off to earlier, from wherever he disappeared.
Sorry, I'm not a best-selling artist or whatever.
Best-selling
Not an artist.
author, neither am I.
No
Got, like,
Grammys
3
hanging around his
Amazon
house.
reviews.
He graduated with honors, though.
I did.
He did.
I did.
So when my friend told me, I know who you are and that's not it, it sent me on this like journey of figuring out who I was. Now I will say it took me about 10 more years to figure out that the root of my issue was codependency. So I spoke it out. I started speaking some over the next couple of years. The Lord let me do this in increments, and I'm so thankful that He is gracious, because I was not ready to be that vulnerable, especially with something like this. Well, anything. Being vulnerable at all is hard. It doesn't matter what it is. Because there's a layer there of you're putting your heart out there for people to be either hateful or trample all over you. And I think what we forget is our vulnerability is about bringing it to Jesus. He already knows, but that helps deepen our connection to our Father. And so I'm going through college. I told a couple of other people, and their responses to me, I never told people that I was struggling at this point in present tense, or that it was toward them. And I would spin in chairs like I was antsy and I just did not focus. And one of my friends was like, oh yeah, I know. Like, what do you mean you know? Like that, what you were asking me earlier. And she said, oh no, the Holy Spirit told me. I said, well, that would have been nice for him to clue me in so I could have been a little less uncomfortable having this conversation with you. Like, this is terrible.
I'd have liked to have been in the group chat.
Yeah, well, we didn't have group chat back then, so this is 2009. So I started speaking out little by little, and I told one of my advisors. This was probably my junior year of college. So I'm heavily involved in ministry on school. I was actually our children's ministry director. Dear Lord Jesus. I have so much respect for Brittany Wilbanks, for Haley Davis, for these women that love to hang out with the little people. That is not my call. I will hang out with them one-on-one, but I am not. Well, you do kids too, don't you?
No.
Oh, just kids. Well, you do youth, but didn't you do kids?
Yeah, I did kids.
We recruited him.
But now you're in youth, right?
My wife dragged me along for that ride. I enjoyed it. I don't want to say that, but I didn't. Never what I felt like I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Now I did nursery today, but that's just once again.
Sorry about that, by the way.
You're not that sorry because you were going to dip.
I did dip.
You're not that sorry. Don't worry.
He was sitting on the front row cheering me on.
Yeah.
Going,
your rock stayed behind and she helped.
So I got more opportunity. So I'm talking to my advisor, and I was finally one of my advisors in school, because she oversaw the ministry team that I was a part of. So I'm the children's ministry director. I'm taking people on missions trips. Like, we're going to Romania. We're going all over everywhere. And I'm, for some reason, I don't know why, and I don't even remember the context, but I'm in her office and I tell her, like, man, I'm struggling with this. And she looks at me, and I tell her that I got kissed at a young age. And she said, Emily, if that would have happened to me in the middle of puberty with all of that you've been through, it probably would have messed with me too. You're normal. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not the only person on planet Earth that's probably walking through this. Like, like the enemy's so good at making you believe that it's only you, that you suck, that you're a terrible person. Mm-hmm. And her saying that, she wasn't saying, go live your life, embrace that. She was saying, yeah, duh, that makes sense. You're normal. And no one had ever said that to me. Well, no one ever says that to me now. I'm not normal, and that's fine. Normal's just a setting on a blow dryer, and it doesn't work very well. It is not. Blow dryers. Okay, they're these cool little devices that girls use.
I know what it is, but I've never looked at what they actually say.
No.
No, normal's not on the new ones anymore.
I just flip mine up and go
all the way up.
That was a first for me.
That
every
does not
day.
surprise me.
Every day.
You are a very bougie man, and
Thank you.
way to go.
I guess.
I don't know.
No.
No, it wasn't. On our side, it wasn't.
No.
So I was just floored by her response to me, because my friend was a peer, but this is an adult, and this is somebody that I really, well, I guess I was technically an adult at that point, but this is somebody I really respect and look up to. And, you're normal. And so I started getting opportunity. I actually spoke on our college campus. I did a night, and I shared the pieces of my testimony that I was comfortable saying. I was still not brave enough to say I'm presently struggling with this. And I still couldn't, because that meant I wasn't qualified to do what I was doing, that nonsense. And I was not living the lifestyle. I think we get that mixed up so much in church world too. Like, a struggle does not mean you're giving into it. Giving into something, walking in that versus having a temptation are two very different things. And so I was really struggling. And I had a couple things. What's really sad, what really breaks my heart, a lot of these girls that I got to minister to in college, every last one of them have completely walked away from Jesus. One of them is married to another girl. And it rips my heart out. Because I'm like, guys. Even the one that was like, the Holy Spirit told me that you were struggling, she's completely walked away from the Lord.
Well, I'll say this from that standpoint, that ministry.
Yeah.
It's tough, which means you've had these conversations.
We have.
And for me, that's how I know for you to be the one that's led to preach or to speak to this community. I ran out of things to say.
Mm-hmm.
So in those moments, like, I can only imagine, because love starts taking over your mind, or what you're used to, that feeling. And for some people that's never had that Holy Spirit moment, you don't know love until so it's tough. So I can see what you're saying, especially for you to be led that way of saying, I got to do this. So
yeah. And again, the Lord never gave me opportunity to like have a relationship. Because I would like to say that I wouldn't have, but I don't know. If the opportunity had presented itself and it was someone that was as codependent on me as I was on them and also had those attractions, it could have been a mighty terrible storm really fast. So I finished college. I come home. I'm the interim youth pastor. Lord Jesus. Our lead pastor, our senior pastor, he looked at me and he said, Emily, here's your job. Don't sink the ship. I said, okay, well, that's great. Hopefully I can maybe, not only was I was preaching, I led worship. So this other guy and I tag teamed. So I would do worship and I would preach every other week. And those were the worst sermons I have ever written.
Hey, we told you not to sink the ship one time too.
yeah, it's floating.
It's floating.
It's floating.
I think it's more than floating. You guys seem to be moving right along with the headwinds. You're doing okay. You're doing good. So yeah, I came home. I did that. And honestly, I kind of maintained a pretty like stable just existence for those next. So I probably was 20, 21. I have a summer birthday. So I was a young graduate. So probably until I turned 29. So from like 21 to 29, I'm doing the same old thing. Now I will say, I had gotten really, really close to my childhood best friend again. God had reconnected our paths. And I was really, really codependent on her. Well, I left a big part of this out. I worked at a teen challenge for 2 years. That'll get you and get you fast. And I remember my boss said, she said, if you've got any baggage that you haven't dealt with, it will show up. So you need to be prepared. Being around these girls will bring out everything you've never dealt with. And I was like, I'm fine. I was not fine. she was not lying. And we actually, I can't go into detail, it's a confidential situation, but we had something happen where there was an inappropriate relationship between a staff and a student and a girl. And I was the one that got told. And I've always been very transparent with people I've worked with. At this point, like I had shared with my superintendent. I mean, so with the Assemblies of God, they have a person in the district that's over all of the pastors. So for us here in Mississippi, that's Soup Bob. Mm-hmm. In Kansas, his name is Terry Yancey. He's moved on. But I had worked at the district office, and I had told them that I had struggled with stuff like this. I was upfront with that part. You know, I still wasn't real great at the present tense. I was not great at the present tense until I turned 27, 28. I couldn't do it. But I'm working at this teen challenge, and this girl tells me, and I had told my boss that I had struggled with these attractions because I said I would never, ever, ever do anything with a girl. Like, no, but I want to be upfront with you because this is ministry. Is there a rooster going on out there?
That's a rooster.
That is a gland rooster.
You hear a lot of weird things out here on the compound.
Dude, this compound is crazy. Beautiful. Anyway, Carrie gave me coffee, so I am alive and well. Thank you, Carrie Land. Love you. So anyway, so I do. She's wonderful. When this girl told me, obviously you have to report that. It's a whole investigation. It was a mess. And this shattered my heart when I was talking, and I don't think she meant anything by it, but this is why, like, words are important, and what you say matters, and we can be humble enough to come back and apologize. But my boss looked at me, and she said, you know, that could have been you. That could have been me. What? Are you trying to suggest that I would ever enter into an inappropriate relationship, number one, with a female, and two, with a minor? Like, do you not know me? Like, I would never. I've got a very strong moral compass. Like, I've been in cars with pastors in this area that go like 15 over, and my moral compass is going, Danger, Will Robinson, we're going to end up in the big house.
I know that guy.
I do too. Well, Kim made him behave on the way to Tupelo on Friday. She was like, remember, Justin, Emily gets car sick. Thank you, Kim Myers. And I do, and especially, so like, I've got this strong moral compass, and the fact that she said that to me, it devastated me. Like, and thankfully, at the time, I was in a little tiny town called Kingman, Kansas. It's about 45 minutes west of Wichita. And our teen challenge was in a converted hospital. Let me tell you how creepy that sucker was at night. I lived in the old operating room. It was really kind of cool. At one point, my elevator shaft was my closet. Let me tell you how cold that was in the wintertime. You had to like get your clothes out ahead of time or you were going to be jolted alive real fast. It was like, woo, I'm cold. The devil is a liar. Anyway, so at that time, she's been a part of my life forever. But my friends Brian and Julie, they were getting ready to become the new directors of the house. They were getting ready to take this individual spot, and I don't think she was fully aware of what was coming out of her mouth and how it came across. I really don't. But I'm sitting there sharing with them what she had said. And man, my friend Julie was so compassionate. Like, she was just so full of love. She was my Bible quiz coach when I was a kid. I've known her since I was 12. So she was just really, really kind to me. And I just kept going through the motions. So then I come home, I leave Main Place Youth, which is the teen challenge, and I move in with my best friend at the time. And holy cow, my codependency came to a head, and it came to a head fast. And she was the first person I ever told, I am presently struggling with attractions toward you. I was 20. Okay, so this was 10 years ago. How old am I now? 36. I was 26 years old. So I can't do math. 26, 29, whatever. It all blurs. It's fine.
I don't remember any of my things.
No, you don't.
I was born June 25th, 1989. That's about what I can tell you. So anyway, so I come home and I tell her, like, wow, I'm really struggling with attraction towards you. And she said, that's not surprising. Like, the enemy would use that. Like, all these really gracious people. Like, the Lord's been kind. But, like, how in the world? She was like, yeah, like, we're in close proximity. Of course the enemy would try to do that. And she was like, I love you. We're good. Now, sadly, this morning I actually talked about this a little bit, but this was a friendship that turned really unhealthy really fast. I was really codependent on her. There were just some dynamics there that weren't great. I actually ended up moving out when COVID hit. And she's not a bad person, but there were just, sometimes things are not healthy. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't. So, but I remember, so in 2019, this is really the crux of when my codependency took a hard shift. And I was really jealous and I was really possessive of this particular friend. That's what codependency does. It makes you really possessive, really jealous. Like, I didn't want her to interact with any other people, which is really unhealthy. Like, I was so threatened because I was carrying around 12-year-old little Emily all the time. I was carrying around that complex of, if you lose this one, you're never going to have another one. If you lose this one, like, you're just, again, because codependency makes you so focused on a person, it's idolatry. You worship a person over God. God was not a part of this equation at all. I mean, I was a Christian, but I was a miserable one. I was a poor excuse. And at this point, friends, I'm ordained. I'm an ordained minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, running around like a fool. Like, I've been ordained since 2017. And so, but 2019, I'm at this little family camp that we've got, and like, I was really, really struggling with jealousy, and like, I hit rock bottom. And my mentor, I love her so much. She's my spiritual mama. Her name is Karen Yancey. Spiritual moms and dads make all the difference in the world. She came in. I was officing at the district office at this point. I was a counselor at this point, as you do. All the best messes make the best counselors. So anyway, so I'm counseling at this point. And isn't that the beauty of being a believer? We get to keep healing. We get to keep growing and learning more about Jesus. So I'm struggling, and I'm a counselor, and she comes into my office, and she shuts the door, and I'm like, oh no, mom's about to have a talk. And I would put my whole life into whatever friend I was like, I would hyper focus on serving them, hyper focus on taking care of them. Like, almost like I had to prove to them why you want to keep me around. Let me give you all my qualifications for why I'm worth it. I will drive you around. I will bring you food. I will take care of you when you're sick. Like, all this really unhealthy, like, serving people is good, but what's the motive? What's the intention behind it? Like, am I trying to prove something, or am I just trying to be an extension of Jesus? The moment I decided to become an extension of Jesus, how I served changed, because I learned I needed to start taking care of myself.
That's right.
I was not effective in the kingdom if I'm not and God still used me, because I mean, if the Lord can use a donkey, he can do all sorts of things. That's why he can use Austin. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was headed that route.
I knew you were thinking.
I was headed that route. She beat me to it. She beat me to it.
So anyway, so yeah, so like, God did this. So she sits down with me and she said, Emily, your codependency is like surging. You are spending all of your energy taking care of your, like, and there was nothing like condemning in her tone. It was almost like her heart was breaking. Like, I could feel how much she loved me in that conversation. Like, girl, God has a plan for you, and you are sitting here stifling yourself. Like, girl, no.
Well, I think now people get mad about stuff. Those are the people you need in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
Iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's iron.
That's
hard. It's friction.
And sometimes you was obviously good enough to take it. I don't know where the rest of the story is going to go, but
I was thinking
that's where some people's like, they'll cut those people out of their life. Hey, get out of my face. But when you really need those people, and don't run away from the people that's trying to help you.
Yeah.
And surrounding yourself with people like that probably was a huge part in your life too. So.
Well, and I didn't run away. She's been a part of my life since I graduated from college. So at that point, she'd been in my life for 8 years. We had built that rapport. Like, I knew she loved me. I knew she cared. Like, she had put the time in. It wasn't just somebody coming in off the streets like, let me tell you why you suck as a person. It was because we know those people that do that. We got to pray them through. But I did you say that? Oh, Devin.
My eyes got big.
It's nobody here that I know of, but y'all can work
why you
out your
looking
own
at me?
salvation with fear and trembling. But anyway, So, but I was so grateful. Like, it was hard to hear, but I knew this woman loves me. Like, she texts me today. Where were you at this morning? Like, she does it all the time. She checks in on me all the time. Like, where are you at? I love you. And so that really started the process. But then I come home from this family camp, and I am a wreck. Like, I am jealous. I am possessive. Like, oh God, what happens when she finds her husband and I'm left all by myself? Like, you know, that marriage instantly makes God, you know, well, one, that it instantly just kills all your friends, and two, that, like, you know, God's not big enough to handle all of that. But, you know, the crazy things that we allow our minds to entertain.
Yeah.
So I come home from this family camp, and let me tell you what Emily is not built for. Family camps where the mice are. Adam Minga and I had to kill a stinking black widow today. The devil is a liar. I keep saying that, but I was like, Adam, do you see that spider? And then we get close up on an investigation, and it is a stupid black widow.
Yeah, I told Adam you was God sent today. They sent that out this morning, and I was like, yeah, she was God sent today.
I'm here. I am here to help.
Hey, that might could have dropped on somebody's neck, just hanging out, turned into Spider-Man. We might have been blessed, or it might have been a death. One of the two. We don't really know.
Been
Yes,
death.
because
Death. Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
black widows typically have the they don't.
I mean, we
bless.
probably could have gotten to the hospital in time. It's not that far.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we watched Spider-Man last night. So
But we've got a sign on the wall in real fine print. If you look on the north wall right there,
Yeah.
it says, "If you get spider bit, we are not liable."
Gotcha.
So we'd have been covered there.
I got you.
We put those up last
No,
year.
you
I thought I
don't.
might have looked over that.
That
one.
was
we know that.
hilarious.
That was an Adam Minga joke. That was just for him.
Oh,
The
well,
snake
feels like a
sign's
bad
on
joke.
down the hall.
Oh, okay.
They're in the back.
Oh, and those services
Yeah.
where you get to wrangle them.
Well, we'll
Yes.
do the disclaimer too. Like if you come in and you sign a disclaimer, it means we're probably getting a snake.
Yeah.
There's
a
Super
point.
exciting.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Super exciting
Oh,
moment.
yeah, holy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, as you do. So
Yeah.
thank you, Adam Minga, for saving us all. Well, he stepped on it. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but so I come home from this family camp where the mice run rampant and it's terrible. And I was in the middle of a major pity party. Like, I started Rebirth Ministries in 2017. Like, I've not been not serving the Lord, but I had not been living to the fullest. I was like keeping myself shackled with all this nonsense. So I'll share this little part here, and then I think that'll be I'm such a type A. I'm like, here, I'll be the timekeeper. You're your own timekeeper. Thank you. Hi,
Whoever she
firstborn
was talking
type
to.
A girl. Anyway, so I come home and I'm having a major pity party. Like, God, why is this ministry? Why? Well, I had the audacity to say my ministry, which, oh Lord, no, this is yours, Lord. I'm so sorry, but why is ministry not going like I think? Why am I alone? Why am I miserable? Why? Like, I'm just sitting here. And I've heard the Lord audibly twice. The first time was when I was 14. I was going to kill myself, and I'm driving down I was just miserable. I started struggling with same-sex attraction at this point. I didn't even mention this. I had met a girl. She sent one of her gangbanger friends after me because, like, yeah, nice little caveat. Everyone's like, okay, she lied about being assaulted, and I about lost my mind. You don't lie about stuff like that. But she lied about it, and then when I tried to get her help, she was like, if you do, my friends will come for you. And then she said that they did. Do I believe this 14-year-old girl who was a pastor's kid? Probably not. But it's still a fun little story. So anyway, but I'm driving home.
Well, we just went from
Yes.
I'm talking about
Welcome to my brain. So anyway, well, I mean, I think she was full of it, to be honest. But I'm like, this is the first time I heard God audibly, and I was getting ready to end my life. And I was getting ready to veer my little teeny tiny Dodge Neon into a pole, and I heard, Emily, don't do it. I kept driving, and then 29, right before I turned 30, it's almost 7 years ago, I'm at home, and I hear Emily. You know when your head is so noisy that you hear nothing else, you just hear that constant all the time. And he got my attention, and he said, Emily, I have been trying to talk to you for 3 days. Well, Lord.
I ain't had no service.
The line was busy. Ooh, that's good. I
Sorry.
need to start using that.
Sorry.
No, I'm going to say credit. Devin Sanderson. I didn't have no service, Lord. The line was busy. If you don't know this, back in the day, you couldn't just jump around phone calls. You had, if the line was busy, rattle up. But anyway, yep. So, which sounds like dump truck back in the day.
Yeah.
Line.
Just keep calling.
But he said, do you want to live your 30s like you lived your 20s? And I said, no. Emily, I've been trying to get your attention for 3 days. Do you want to live your 30s like you lived your 20s? And I said, God, no. I'm so tired. And I'm so tired of being tired. And I'm the only one that can do something about this. And I, for one, Lord, forgive my arrogance. And so for the next 2 years, God and I went on a very intentional journey where he dug out every last root of my codependency and my rejection issues. Like, you need to let little 12-year-old Emily go. She doesn't exist anymore. And you need to quit carrying her around because that's not who you are. And you're walking around with these lies. And, it's taken me a long time, especially with friends, to believe that I'm worth it regardless of what I can provide for them. Like, I like to serve by nature. But the Lord really, he was like, your same-sex attraction has nothing to do with sexuality. He gave me this picture of this tree. I got a lot of visions during that time. And y'all are getting to know me. He knows. I'm not some hyper spiritual person. I'm very real. I'm very down to earth. I clearly say stupid things that I have to go, oh dear Jesus, please forgive me. Lord, what came out your mouth, girl? Chill out.
I've never heard you say any.
Yes, you have. At least 2 in the last hour.
All I know is Ty's married, so the one of them needs to be thrown out the window.
Do you know what's funny? That's not the first time that an accident like that has occurred. Quick story time. In Kansas, we have we would get together with other ministers. Well, I wasn't paying attention. I'm really good at that. But I heard Starbucks, and my ear caught. I'm like, ooh, free coffee. I am here. So they said something about a Starbucks gift card, and I said, if you can talk to somebody that you don't talk to a whole bunch. So I'm like, oh, easy. I'm sitting with a guy right here. Me, I don't know him. I don't talk to him a whole lot, but this is Tony, and he's great. His wife is sitting right there, by the way. And they said, Emily, you're supposed to take them to coffee. He's married. You're not allowed to do that. And I said, oh.
There was another part to that story.
She can go too.
I was like, I didn't realize he had to go. I just wanted my free coffee.
As long as my coffee's free. He can bring his wife.
I don't care who comes.
So now, every time we see each other, it's a running joke. Like, hey, remember when you tried to ask my husband on a date? I was like, but I didn't. It just acts. Anyway.
Those other people shut that down.
I think you deserved a card at that point.
Well, they didn't give it to me. They were too busy making fun of me. It was really rude. But anyway, so that's kind of the next part of that little jump. What do you think? Should I keep going or should we pause?
Keep going.
Okay. Keep going, girl. So do you want to live your 30s like you lived your 20s? I have never been asked a more profound question from the Lord in my life. So as he dug all of that out and he showed me this vision, he gave me this picture of this really dead, gangly, kind of Nightmare Before Christmas looking tree. Very, very dead. And on the branches he had me draw it out. He gave me instruction as we're doing this. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. And he had me draw it out, and on the name on the branch of every branch of this tree was the name of every single female I had ever been codependent on. He said, she was your first, she is your last, you are done. Oh. And I went, okay. He said, that is the root of the same-sex attraction. You are longing for your sister, you are longing for community, and you're not letting me provide it the way I want to. Let me heal it. And he also, through this, he gave me this picture of this battlefield. We can make sometimes situations are big, but I was really good at making things much bigger than they needed to be. And he gave me this picture of me holding this magnifying glass up to this battle. And he was like, I need you to pull your magnifying glass down. Look at the picture. It's not what you think it is. Give me your sword and go sit down. And I said, yes, sir. Okay. So then he did that. And then I really believe God has promised me a husband. He has told me that there's been multiple prophetic words spoken over me. It just happened at my U.S. missions commissioning a couple of weeks ago, who he is. And, well, I don't know who he is, but that he's come. If I did, this would be way less. I'd be calling people, hey, can you tell me if you know such and such?
Do you know Brian?
Do you know Chad? I don't know. Anyways.
It's not going to be a Chad.
No, definitely not.
Lord's not going to send you a Chad.
No,
okay.
no.
But like also during this time, the Lord was so kind. He gave me like, it was the craziest thing. I heard 2 little girls laugh and they said, "Mommy, I love you." And he said, "Those are your daughters." And I went, "Okay." And he gave me their names, Eliana Grace and Adriana Faith. Ariana Faith. God has heard my prayer as Eliana and Holy One. Which, wow. Yeah, I was like, okay. And I've held to that. And I know he's going to come. But he just kept giving me these visions and these pictures. And I could sense, like, as I was healing, there were other parts of my life that weren't healing with me. And it was holding me down. And so I'm going through this process. And I have always carried responsibility for people that God never asked me to take responsibility for. I've always been really, really good at that. And so God was like, "I need you to start letting some of this go." And mind you, God is starting to open crazy doors for me. I'm starting to get ministry opportunities I never thought. If you would have told me that I believe my ministry will go the ministry God has given me will go beyond LGBTQ. But if you would have told 12-year-old Emily that the crux of what she spends her life teaching on is LGBTQ because God delivered her from it, I would have laughed in your face. I was never going to talk about this. This was not going to be a thing. No. And now I get to teach, I get to train, I get to do all sorts of things. And I get to go be where these kids are and tell them there is a God that loves you and died to set you free, and we're gonna help you through this. But I could not have imagined, but God is opening all of these crazy doors. I'm getting ministry opportunities that I couldn't even imagine. I end up at Mississippi Women's Conference that Christy Rogers invited me without ever having having heard a word come out of my mouth. Do you know how bold that is?
Yeah.
To let someone have a platform that big that you do not know what kind of off the cuff things and believe me, when I'm on the platform, I'm a little bit more sanctified than apparently I've been today. But the Lord helps me. Well, maybe I got it all out this morning. I was wholly on the platform for Justin, and then I was like, well, all's fair, I guess.
I will say this: we've been just trying to get a shout out for about a month now, and you come one week and we get a shout out just like that.
Oh, I love
we got a shout out this morning.
Show did.
I talked about. Yeah, I shouted out you guys.
Oh, I thought you meant okay. I can believe you shouted us out. I thought you meant something else.
No, that's what I'm saying. She shows up, boom, shout out.
Oh.
I said
just from the beginning.
I said I love these guys.
Yeah, we're off the rip, like not even into the sermon yet.
I said, you want to talk about people that show what it means to come from broken to redeemed? I said, well, there were a bunch of new people at church today, and I said, if you want a house where you're going to be loved no matter where you've been, this is it.
They should give us a shout out.
I sure did.
Solid.
Because I said, I don't know if you know this, those Faith with No Filter guys were hot messes expresses. And then,
I think that's verbatim what she said.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, they end up in trucks with people that they shouldn't end up in trucks with and make them sit in the back seat, all sorts of things.
But
you're welcome.
It is his wife now.
So, praise the Lord.
Could argue that he should have been there.
And I love his wife so much.
Maybe not should have been at the club.
Anyway.
But.
So yeah, God has just opened so many crazy doors. I'm sorry, but I'm actually not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Isn't that a stupid song? Anyway, so I
don't know.
Never heard it.
So there's that general gist of where we're at. Do we need to take a pause?
No. Well, we can pause right there and then pick up
and that'll be all wrap
kind
it,
of
I'll
here and now.
Yeah, because whenever you wrap it up, I do got some questions from the overall story.
All right, y'all.
Pause.
We will be back with part 3. We'll holler at y'all later.